Now, streaming live, this is KSLA News Now.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Jeff Horchak. You're watching KSLA News Now. Here's a look at some of the top stories that we're covering tonight across the region and across the country. We start out in East Texas, Marshall to be exact. Marshall police are looking for a person that killed a man this week, and officers responded to reports of gunfire around 9 p.m. last night on the 1900 block of Bean Street. They found a man dead at the scene. Now, the victim is identified as 48-year-old Carlos Dwayne Hill of Marshall. Police say the suspect ran away before officers arrived on scene. Marshall Police Chief Cliff Carruth is urging the public to provide any information that can help find the person responsible. Well, happening in Shreveport, the Louisiana Boardwalk sits mostly empty these days, but city leaders have a plan to bring it back to life. They hope to change empty storefronts into family-friendly businesses. Now, Bossier Chamber of Commerce says when COVID happened, a lot of businesses left the boardwalk, but now city leaders are hoping to create a new trend and welcome business back into the gem of the city. We'll hear more about this story tonight at 10.
Why am I hearing for the first time that people's houses are painted? Why is as chairperson and co-chairperson
Now,
for the
this is
city,
what happened inside of the Shreveport
told?
listening session today after rumors of scrapping a beloved Shreveport community project. As emotions ran high at the city council meeting this afternoon, KSLA's Julia Daughtry was there. She'll have a closer look at the discourse coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. Well, down in Baton Rouge at the state capitol, lawmakers anticipate a Supreme Court ruling that could alter the Voting Rights Act and throw out the state's congressional map. Tonight, we hear from analysts who say the ruling could have huge consequences, even if the court decision comes too late for next year's elections. And day 27 of the government shutdown has now come to a close, and Capitol Hill remains divided over how to agree on spending federal funding. Now, more than 800,000 Louisianans that rely on SNAP are at risk of not having their benefits this November due to federal shutdown, shutting off all funding to the states. However, Louisiana lawmakers want to step up. Tonight at 10, we'll hear the push impacting food assistance programs. And it looks like we've got some rain coming back into the area this week. And first alert meteorologist CJ Cartledge is here. CJ?
Yes, we are expecting some rain one more time before we finally go into an extensive dry period around the Arklatex here. Here's a look at... Expect for tomorrow. Coming up after the break, I'll be explaining the details on our next cold front that moves through in the afternoon tomorrow.